You did brush your teeth?
But then I had a
But
chocolate
you don't
bar,
brush
so
my
hopefully
teeth.
no, I did not. How you doing?
So, when you have a character like that, where you have to, you really do feel it's important to stay in the character even outside of the frame. That's great. That's
We're
fascinating.
gonna go shoot in a little while. And I feel like you start putting this on, it reminds me of the scenes which I can't tell you about that I've been in. I just looked at myself in the mirror, and it informs me where I'm at. Little bits and pieces help the body pick up information and translate them over.
So, if you had to describe who your character is, and the arc that he's gone through and is going through, because you can't tell us specifics,
No.
but at least you can describe.
But I can do it from season 1 in that, thank you so much. Season 1, you find Joe is one of the residents of Midnight, and everybody has different reasons, but I think the commonality of those reasons is that they're staying away and hiding from a society, one that doesn't accept them, or personal problems in their past. Joe's hiding from an angel that wants to wipe him from existence because he fell in love with a demon. So I think a large part of what Joe's going through now is, after 1,000 years of hiding, of denying himself, is what is his purpose in the world? What is his walk in life going to be now?
Does this give you does this character give you certain kind of challenges as an actor that you didn't face previously? And how does that
That's good
inform you?
questions.
Thank you.
I love this character for that. There are definitely things that I can play with depending on what storyline needs. But you're dealing with a character. I look at it very much like a lot of monster characters and different things. When you read like Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, it's an expose of humanity and a hyper reality. And ultimately, the monster isn't Frankenstein's monster; it's Frankenstein himself. And so I see Joe as a character where I can really explore what does humanity mean over a long period of time, because he's had to face so much and the disillusionment. So like when I wrote backstories, it's like, what puts a angel in that space? It's a fun struggle to kind of play with.
How do you feel about having your existence wiped out?
I don't think anybody wants to get wiped from existence. I think that's, when I did my backstories, I tried to find what would an angel fall in love with humanity for. And I think the courage and the desire to fight for an existence in such a brief span of time comparatively, there's a beauty to that. Whereas if you're an immortal, it's kind of an ennui that would set into your body. And the struggle to fight against that and still see purpose, and how humans, they lay it all on the line and they're just a blip.
Looking back at season 1, what was your most memorable scene that you filmed, or one that you felt was really strong to your characterization?
Well, looking back, it has nothing to do with creativity. It has everything to do with production. There's a scene where I stop a truck with the angel light, and it was 17 degrees out, and I was running from set to do my little bit where they later CGI'd it in, and then back to a propane sandwich. 2 propane stack heaters facing each other, so I was sick the next day.
But
it was fun.
Worth it, right?
It was,
yeah.
It's these little things and the moments in the trenches that kind of you remember and laugh about. Not so great in the moment, but you're like, hell yeah, this is going to be hilarious later.
Go ahead.
Is that a mezuzah you're wearing?
It is.
Is that because you're Jewish, or because
No.
you're informed by spirituality?
Informed by spirituality. This is actually a personal piece that I got up near the border of Pakistan and India. And it's on backwards. So thanks for pointing it out. I do that before I go to the screen. I think that's one of the things I included doing my research and looking at stuff. When you look at religious dogma, you see that it's often that, the dogma of man. But there is a spirituality that threads through almost all religions that's whether you're going back to the Vedics or, Muslim or Judaic or Christianity, there are certain things that are consistent. And I think the idea of that universal oneness that we all share. And so I kind of thought it was fun to throw something spiritual and non-Christianic on an angel.
I love that.
Yeah.
If you yourself had to spend a day in Midnight, how would you react, or what would you do?
If I had myself to spend
Yes,
a day in Midnight,
if you had to.
I'm going to answer that with a story. So I was rock climbing with one of the directors last season, and we were talking about what was going on in the scenes and very casually throwing out vampires and murder and mayhem and ripping heads and hearts and stuff. And I looked over and I saw a 12-year-old and a 14-year-old going, they're real. So if I had to spend a day in Midnight, I'd probably duck and cover, man.
You are going to gain an immortality of sorts. You're going to be at Comic-Cons and in the science fiction fantasy world for the rest of your life, no matter what else happens. What do you think about that?
I'm a geek of story. I'm a childhood nerd. I've lived my life in comic books and libraries. I actually knew the Dewey Decimal System and worked in a library for a few years. I used to go to Comic-Cons before they ever blew up and became what they are now. I love it. And it's one of the things, as an actor, we're hopefully storytellers in service of a story, just like any other element. And one of the things I've enjoyed so far about this is that connection with fans. That lost, lonely kid that I was and turned to stories for. There's a different reality here and a different type of fan where you're really telling stories that people relate to and matter. You're not just entertaining. And I think that's kind of cool to get to participate in.
On the topic of comics, then, what is your favorite comic book or superhero realm?
Yeah, I'm curious
Of
too.
all time,
Yes.
Neil Gaiman's Sandman series. It is one of the best written mythologies, the reimagining of gods and gods, I loved his American gods that followed. And I think as a child, it was definitely the X-Men. It was that idea. It's one of the things I love about Midnight Texas, this idea that, you don't fit into the norm. But that's okay, because I got claws and tell me I'm wrong,
So,
But we're having a good time.
well, all right, now they threw me off with that. Okay, so in doing this show, what has it made you think about in terms of world reality, your expectations about the world? In other words, does it really make you say to yourself, wait a minute, there could be these other layers that I never thought about or I didn't consider? And did you discuss it with Charlene?
But she have that. She's awesome, dude. Her imagination, she's brought to bear some of the most incredible original reimaginings of some very old school mythologies. The whole idea of how she's envisioned vampires. That's so unique and real. I think you're asking the question, did it change my imagination of the world? No, dude. I believe there's so many more dimensions that we can't quite see, and science fiction's been leading the way a long time. I loved, when you go back to the Silver Age, the Fantastic Four, and the idea that they could shrink down to alternate dimensions. And since I was a kid, I was like, well, what if you just kept shrinking? You'd come out the other side and be on top of it like Galactus. So I don't know that it changed my view in that way, but socially speaking, we've got a lot of crap going on in the world right now, in our country and our leadership, and the hate and the bigotries that's being bandied about. I'm kind of grateful that I get to be a part of a story that I think puts a drop back in the bucket of decency and acceptance.
Would you do me one quick favor? Would
Absolutely.
you say, this is Jason Lewis for Music Art Feast.